As we all know, cybersecurity these days is a major concern. We all are very fond of internet, so we all are like very fond of the applications what we use in our cell phones. At the same time, somewhere we are not so much concerned about the security. So now the Maharaja of Mysore has brought something special for you. Let us hear it from the Maharaja himself.
We have been involved in making Mysore a cybersecurity hub from around December of 2019 when we released a white paper entitled Making Mysore a Cybersecurity Hub. Our objectives were simple, that we wanted all cybersecurity activity to be anchored in Mysore. Mysore being the ideal location geographically because of its proximity to Bangalore, which is, as we all know, the Silicon Valley of the East, and Bangalore being overburdened, you may say, by all of the requirement of what IT has become now, which is its own, essentially its own digital economy. Aspects of IT need to be pulled out to tier 2 cities such as Mysore, Mangalore, Hubli, Dharwad, etc. So the cybersecurity aspect needs to be nearer to a IT hub. Therefore, Mysore being the nearest to Bangalore, we thought it pertinent that Mysore should anchor this. Alongside that, we have very good connectivity in Mysore, a very good airport coming up, as well as railway connectivity and road connectivity, which is only going to get better in the coming months. Additionally, we have a great educational heritage. University of Mysore was the first university outside of British India. Additional to that, there are many engineering colleges, science, etc., technology, everything needed within Mysore. Thirdly, of course, geographically, we are a stable area. And all of these aspects, alongside what cybersecurity requires most, is a tag that is made in India itself, not just for the tag's sake, but because we require it to be homegrown solutions, as we would not expect others to come and fight our wars. We must fight our own wars. Similarly, within the digital economy as well, we must have our own technology and our own means and our own cyber warriors, if you may, to fight our own wars, or at least defend our integral infrastructure of our country. So therefore, CyberWars Foundation was formed, and the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka inaugurated the Cyber Lab, Cop Connect initiatives, and many other initiatives were launched, which will all add tremendous support towards the cybersecurity ecosystem here in Mysore. And we look, our objective is over the next few years that all cybersecurity requirement for the state and hopefully even the country will be from Mysore and via CyberWars Foundation.
Zainus, from Team Radio City, we would like to appreciate the initiative what you have taken. It's really commendable, and kudos to all the initiative what you have taken with respect to the cybersecurity.
Thank you.
And now you were talking about your hobbies. We heard that photography, wildlife photography is your major forte. When it comes to photography, anything and everything can be made look beautiful. Why is it you chose wildlife photography?
The entire family has been passionate about wildlife from a very long time, so it's been instilled from a very young age. Photography is just a means of perhaps documenting that and adding an aspect of a skill or something to go along with it to add on to already the enjoyment we get from viewing and seeing wildlife. It goes beyond just, of course, recording a moment of when you see a wild animal, etc. It is also to do with getting a great photograph or preserving that moment in time for maybe some future generations to see, etc., and also having that memory with us as you go forward. Alongside that, of course, sharing with others and seeing, allowing others to witness the same moments you are and having that love for wildlife, I think is what photography allows. And additionally, also people who don't know or do not know much about wildlife conservation, etc., can be given more awareness through showing your photographs and garnering an interest through it.
Beautiful. It's actually mesmerizing to watch all the interesting facts about the Maharaja. Now let me ask Maharaja, could you please tell us one mesmerizing fact which you have experienced while doing the wildlife photography?
Of course, there are many, but certainly I remember when I was very much the first time I saw a tiger, which I remember. I had seen many more when I was smaller, but I remember the first one vividly when I could actually see quite close. It was near the Kabini backwaters, where we saw a mother bring out very small cubs, and it was a moment I think I'll always remember. And she crossed the road with both of them, and there was a tusker in front, so she was a little agitated. So it was very, while she was of course agitated, it was a moment to remember because you were really excited in seeing the animal. So it is something I'll never forget.
And we also know that elephants play a major role in the family of Wadiyar. Could you just explain us the role of elephants, what we have
So
here?
essentially, in a dharmic perspective, elephants always from time immemorial, states have had them as the patadane or the state elephant. From even Indra had his Airavata, which was the state elephant. So it follows from that tradition all the way down, and the state elephant would have many religious duties. Addition to that, there is the Ambari Ane and many other elephants which are designated different duties of carrying different parts of the ritual going throughout the Dasra and various other rituals throughout. So they've always played an integral part. I mean, up to the Industrial Revolution, it was elephants that were the earth movers, the JCBs or whatever you want to call it, really up to the Industrial Revolution, and they played a great part in building all of the Indian civilization, etc., up to pretty much the Industrial Revolution. It was elephants that built everything we had. So they've played a great part in the Indian society, and that is why they are honored and essentially worshipped also.
It was indeed a pleasure to watch you lead the procession. The procession is so amazing, and we see the Maharaja waving people. That scenario, that scene. It's always tremendous for everybody. I have to tell you that it's really amazing. And again, with respect to the elephants, there is one special news which we would want to hear from you. At this Dasara, we have one more little one which has been introduced to the family.
So yes, that one of the elephants here gave birth at the palace itself about 2 weeks ago, and I believe my mother selected the name Sri Dattatreya to it, and we're obviously all overjoyed. And it's a special occasion whenever there is a newborn, whatever it may be, whatever animal it may be. So I think hopefully he will, as the years come by, play a special role. But as he's a newborn elephant, I would urge everyone to keep their distance and let him be for now.
Very true, very true. It was indeed a pleasure watching him also, play like a kid. It was amazing. He's just like a human being, with all those feelings.
True.
His eyes talk a lot as well. Dasara has been a very special celebration every year. The whole world celebrates Dasara, and it's called Mysuru Dasara. People all around the globe, they come here, they watch all the rich tradition, the culture. It's been unique every year. I want to know what uniqueness we have this year.
Uniqueness and all that comes outside in the, of course, what the government does, they change it every year depending on what is the scale they are doing. Of course, the last few years of the COVID, they had to scale back. But as far as we are concerned, ours is our household family observing of a ritual. Of course, it is much bigger than generally you would observe in any household, but nonetheless, it is our family tradition and we continue as such. There is no difference from one year to the next. All rituals are followed as is. Of course, during COVID times, what used to happen before was people who are used to come for darbar, etc., and passes used to be given if anybody asked. Only that has been stopped because of the COVID situation, because of course we are in confinement for the 10 days, 9 days essentially, and we cannot go in or out, so we have to be very strict during that time. So that is why we've been very strict, is all the difference there has been. Other than that, there is no difference for us year on year.
His Highness, we also got to know that you have special interest towards the guitar, like we spoke a couple of minutes back. So now it raises another question, another interesting question. You look handsome, you have this attraction towards the art. Has any director or any of the key personalities approached you for a movie or anything like that, of that sort?
No, I don't think I have been certainly not approached for any movie, etc. And anyway, I doubt I'd be any good at all of that, because while I enjoy watching and viewing and seeing movies and certainly seeing all of the arts, from a very never had much interest in performing, especially.
So you enjoy the art as well. What is the kind of feeling you get when you watch all those different kinds of culture, the art which has been displayed right in front of the palace during Dasara? What is the kind of feel you get?
And obviously we don't get to see very much because we're obviously busy with the rituals, etc. inside, but we do get glimpses from obviously on the TV, etc. And it's always great to see that culture is going on, and the act of promoting all arts, be it Carnatic music, dance, nritya, natya, etc. All of it is continuing. And then outside the palace, mainstream such as the Yuva Dasra and whatever they do, the Ahara Mela and all of that is giving a lot of enjoyment to everybody there is. So it's good that the government continues those traditions and engages people to come out and celebrate during these 10 days. and enjoy the festivities.
Actually, you have given us the opportunity to witness the masterpiece, wherein we go to Chamundi Betta and witness the palace in the evening, and it looks like a masterpiece, no doubt. Have you managed some time to go and watch it anytime from your end? Or has it been possible, the crowd just bumps in whenever you come
No,
there?
so the 10 days of Dasra, I cannot go anywhere. So I'm only in the palace. I cannot venture out or in because we're in confinement essentially. So I won't be able to witness any of those things during those days. But once Dasra is over, they continue the lighting for a few more days. And whenever, we outside in the city and all that, we enjoy it as much as anybody else.
As we wind up the session for the day, I would like to ask one more final question. What makes the Maharaja smile? As in
any
the-
time, I think, I enjoy mostly is having time to be spending in nature and having time to spend around family. I think those two things give me the most joy, and I think I find myself smiling most during those times.
Radio City.